continue with the BMN4, and our topic for today, or the starting point for today, will be looking at functions involved in a business enterprise. Let us now look at those functions that basically you look at in terms of how you are going to manage or run your business. And the first function is what we call the purchasing function. First of all, they are saying it deals with buying stock, buying raw materials, and buying equipment. Basically, in this function or department, because we looked at the various departments of business, but here we are going to divide them in terms of what they do, or the functions they perform, because each department has its own activities or particular functions it deals with to make the company move forward. So we are starting with what we call the purchasing function. Purchasing function is basically, as you see it, from the word purchase, meaning its functions are basically to do with purchasing or buying, like they say, buying stock, buying raw materials, and buying equipment. Stock is what the company will use in terms of what it needs to produce other products, and then the raw materials, what the company requires to produce the products that it will give to the customers, and then the equipment that they need to assist in the production function. Now, 2 takes us to what we call the production function or the production department. They are saying it deals with designing new materials and designing new products, setting up the production processes, ensuring the layout of the equipment, and lastly, ensuring that the quality of the products are produced. That is basically the production function. It deals with the production of the produces that the company is going to sell out to the clients, and then making sure that the product that they sell out to the clients is of good quality, and then making sure that it lays out the equipment that they will use in their production processes. Number 3 is what we call the marketing function or the marketing department. It deals with doing market research, market segmentation, selling products, setting up marketing campaigns, doing sales promotions, and packaging of products. This particular department is essential in any business because it is the department that makes aware of the clients of the products that the company produces. So its aims is to make sure that they do extensive market research, to make sure they establish what the customers want. Then market segmentation, you divide up the clients according to their needs, and then you sell the products. Then you set up marketing campaigns, and lastly, you do what we call sales promotions and packaging of the products. Next is we are looking at the financial function or the financial department, and we are saying it deals with the planning of financial needs of the business, soliciting for funds of the business, controlling expenditures, allocating funds, paying taxes on behalf of the business, and then making financial reports of the business. This is basically what the finance department does in a business. They plan for the financial needs of the business, what the business needs in terms of the finances. They control expenditures, what goes out of the business in terms of the finances. And then they allocate funds. They allocate funds to each and every department. They will allocate to the personnel department, the administrative department, the other departments. That is specifically the role of the financial department. And then they are saying they pay taxes on behalf of the business. Whatsoever taxes the business owes in terms of where it is operating from or how it's operating, it is the role of the financial department to do that. Now let us look at what we call the administrative function. The administrative function is basically saying they deal with business correspondences, for example, to receive and forward emails, letters, writing proposals, accounts, and invoices. This is basically what we call administrative work. You deal with correspondences. For example, the emails that the company receives from the clients, and then the forwarding of emails to clients, project proposal writings, and then checking up or looking into the invoices of the company and things like that. So basically, the administrative function is to make sure that the activities going on, activities running through the company are in such a way that they can be controlled or managed. Now, lastly, we are looking at what we call the personnel function. function, or basically what we call the human resource department. They are saying it deals with recruiting, selecting, inducting, creating job specifications, signing employment contracts, creating safe and healthy environment for workers, and then planning long-term needs of the business. Basically, within the human resource department is where you find. Actually, it deals with recruiting, hiring new staff, inducting the new staff, creating job specifications for the new staff, and then planning long-term needs of the business. This is specifically the role of the personnel or the human resource department. Next is we will look at the public relations or the PR function. This is also another important department because it deals with specifically how to manage grievances from specific clients. So they are saying it ensures communication with stakeholders, building the image of the business, responding to media inquiries, making press releases, managing customer complaints. This is basically the public relations function or the public relations department. You have to have that department because it is that particular department that deals with inquiries. Customers will be inquiring on products that they have received, either the products don't meet the standards, either the products are poorly packaged, and things like that. So this public relations department or officials in that department purely have to deal with all these inquiries from the customers, and also they improve the image of the business, and then they make press releases in case there are inquiries from the public. This department is appointed to go out and make a press release in connection with the products that they offer to the customers, and then they manage customer complaints. Whenever there are complaints from customers in terms of the prices, either they are high or there is a lot of manipulation in terms of pricing, it is this department that comes out to control that. And then lastly, we look at what we call the general management function. In the way you hear it, general, it deals with developing the mission statements, planning the readings, controlling all business activities, and ensuring harmony between different departments. Actually, this department is the liaison department that connects each and every department that we have looked at. They have all the powers to make sure that all the departments are working in terms with each other. Now, next is reasons why businesses fail. We have looked at the different departments and how they carry out their duties or activities. However, let us now look at why businesses fail. Because you wake up and you start a business and you are ascertaining that you will acquire profits and you manage that business for the long term. However, somewhere, somehow, things don't work out and the business collapses. So we are looking at some of those reasons why businesses fail. I will not say that these are all the reasons as to why businesses fail, but we've looked out for some of the general reasons, specifically why most of the businesses out there are failing or fail. The first one is starting the business for the wrong reasons. When you start a business for the wrong reasons, sometimes you wake up, you want to sell something, but that particular something that you want to sell is illegal, as you may see or as you may hear. Because we looked at some form of ownership that we call sole ownership of a business. You operate that business alone. Sometimes these kinds of businesses specifically don't receive any documentation from government. Someone wakes up and starts vending on the streets. Most of these people start the businesses for the wrong reasons or bandwagon. You start the business because you see someone else starting the business. Somewhere, somehow, you don't have any expertise or experience to manage that particular business. So, in the long run, that business ought to fail or collapse. Two, poor money management. Poor financial control can lead to the collapse of the business. In as much as you sell your products and you are aiming for profits and you indeed acquire the profits, somewhere, somehow, if you don't manage your money properly, it will, at some point in the long run, lead to the collapse of the business. Because you need these monies to move the business forward, buying stock, paying your workers, and things like that. Then, inflexible approach. As any other enterprise, entrepreneur, you always have to be dynamic, always accept changes, move with the current trends. But if you are this person that is inflexible, or that doesn't change, the business ought to fail. You have to be dynamic, move with the current trends. For example, if it comes to marketing and you want to use the old trends of marketing, and then we are using the new trends of marketing, which is in this situation the social network, and then for you want to use the rudimentary ways of marketing. Somewhere, somehow, you will fail out because you don't have customers. Many customers are buying things online. And if you are this person that is going to want to move door to door, then you are kicked out of the business automatically. Then next is they are saying lack of a business plan. Specifically, before you start any business, you must plan for it. You must plan for short term and you must plan for long term. A business plan basically guides you on how you want to manage your business to move forward. However, if you don't have this plan, that means you are going to move from step 1 and go to step 4. Meaning you will have jumped step 3 and 4. That means the business is somewhere going to be affected, and in the long run it might be failing. So in other words, you must have a plan in place. A plan is stipulated to help you run your business, and it guides you on where you want to lead your business. And then next is lack of brand awareness. You market your products based on what we call your brand. If you don't have a brand, that means you cannot effectively market your products or services. You must be aware of what kind of brand you're selling to your clients. You must be aware of the brand and even defend that particular brand in case there are any queries from the particular clients. And then we are looking at lack of focus or specialization. Specialization means sticking to that particular thing that you feel and believe you have an advantage over the other people. But if you don't specialize or you lack focus on that one thing that you feel you can do best, that means you are going to try out this, try out that. At the end of it all, you not have decided on which one to go with, and in the end, the business will collapse. So usually, if you want to win, always focus on that particular thing that you feel you can sell or market best to your clients. Then high taxation. This high taxation usually comes in terms of the taxes that you have to pay to the municipal administrators. Whenever they come, they want these certificates that show you are complying with SARS. However, if you don't have ability to pay the taxes, that means you are technically being kicked out of the business, and the business here henceforth fails. Now, to continue, then we have what we are calling poor managerial or management decisions. Sometimes what you do as the entrepreneur or the manager of that particular business affects what the business will have in the future. Meaning, if those decisions are usually taken out of anger, out of any other thing that is not related to how you want the business to go forward, it is going to affect the long-term success of that particular business. Therefore, always you have to take those decisions based on the realities at play. Have what we call a management team. Let that management team and decide on behalf of the other members of the business. However, if you wake up one morning and you decide as an individual, things will fail. Because most of these employers, as you look at them, they must be informed of what decisions that you want to make or implement, because they are the ones going to implement those particular decisions. However, if you don't involve them, they will not effectively manage to implement the decisions that you make. And at some point, the business might collapse. Then we have limited marketing. When you don't extensively market your products, you will not have many customers, and it is these customers that keep you in business. Then we have what we call competition. Never situate your business in that area that you have competition, what we call fierce competition. Because if you're not that person that knows how to play around where there is fierce competition, that means you will be kicked out. So locate your business in a place where to competition. Then we have wars. Whenever there are wars or political instabilities in any other country, in any other place, your business technically ought to fail. Then high interest rates, these are basically the rates that they give you when you go to apply for loans. And whenever these interest rates are high, that means you will fail to get loans, which loans will help you to run or effectively administer your businesses. Economic recessions, whenever a country is undergoing an economic recession, there are businesses that are technically kicked out. An example is what we are going through, COVID-19. Many businesses will not come again, will not come back into play. Many businesses will collapse. Why? Because there is no money in the economy. Lastly, insufficient marketing, as we've looked at it, it is just a repetition of limited marketing. It will affect the business. Now, having looked at those, we are looking at what we call creativity methods. But we will first of all start with asking ourselves what creativity means. And they're saying being creative means that you are able to think up ideas that many people may not have thought of, or find solutions to solve problems. You come up with new things that you think will solve problems in the community. That is what they mean, being creative. You think up ideas. Bring up anything that you think will solve a particular problem in the community. Two, they are saying it's the process whereby something new is created, such as an idea, a solution to a problem. You create an idea or you create a solution to a particular problem in the community. But in this case, we are looking at entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are those people that look for solutions to the needs of the community members. Whenever there is a need in the community, you sit as a business person or as an entrepreneur and you think, what can you pose to those people that they really need in that particular society? Now, having looked at what creativity is, let us look at the creativity methods or the types of creativity. The first one is lateral thinking. It's the solving of problems in a business by an indirect and creative approach through viewing the problem in an unusual light without preconceived ideas. You think about something without prejudgment. Look at it the way it is. Don't have any prejudgment about the idea or any preconceived ideas. Before you think up of a problem, analyze it well. Don't have any bias, but look at it in your own perspective and then come up with a solution. Now, brainstorming. Every member in the group contributes ideas towards finding a solution to a problem. Brainstorming. You brainstorm, you sit in a group and come up with several ideas and then find the best solution to a particular idea. We have what we call Scamper. It is the combination of all the other creativity methods. This combines all the other creativity methods, meaning it is the mother to all these other creativity methods. And then we have what we call what if approach, reverse method, mind mapping, and then generation of alternatives. I beg to stop here for today. Until we meet again, I remain Luka Idan. See you once again.